here's what we heavily advise against, because this will result in your emails potentially landing in spam, is don't use your actual like Gmail or AOL or Yahoo from address here. So, your actual email might be adam@gmail.com, right? That might be your actual email. But if you do that, inboxes get suspicious, particularly of free SMTPs. They get suspicious for whatever reason. And I'm going to walk through deliverability here in a little bit. But with all the free SMTPs, Gmail, AOL, Yahoo, Outlook, things like that, they get suspicious unless that person's already added you in as a contact. And so they will most likely flag this as spam if you're using like a free SMTP. And so you want to use an actual domain. So adam@thedemoaccount.com, something like that. All right. Even if that email doesn't actually exist, that's okay. That doesn't matter. Just still, whatever your domain is, the domain that you've purchased, you can see here, because I'm going to walk through in a little bit how to set up a Mailgun account. This is the domain that I've purchased, thedemoaccount.com. And so that's what you're going to want to use. And so you can do that here. You can also do that just within the contacts. If I were, let's say I wanted to bulk send to just these, 20 contacts here. So I've selected 20 records. You can see that here. And let's say I just wanted to bulk send them an email real quick. I can click on this little envelope that says send email and click OK, proceed. And you can see here it is blank. From name, I want it to be Adam, and adam@thedemoaccount.com. There we go. And then you can type out your email. You can schedule to send it in drip mode or schedule a time to send it or send it all now, whatever it is. And I'm going to walk through again here in a little bit drip mode because that's important for deliverability. So you can mask all your emails. Now, I will let you know, just so you're aware, if somebody, let's say you send this email out to these 20 people, and let's say one of them replies back to your email. When they hit reply, at that point, they would be able to see the replies.com because that is the SMTP that they're responding to. But that's the only time they'd be able to see it. And honestly, and I've been doing this for a long time, I'd say 95% of the time, nobody ever notices when they hit reply. And even if they do, they're just like, oh, that's weird. And then they just still send the email. It's not a big deal. But just to be transparent, they would see it if they hit reply. Other than that, they're not going to see this. So just to let you all know that. Now, if you, let's say you wanted to use your own service though, which is totally fine. You can do that. What you're going to do is you're going to click on settings like we did, and you're going to come down here to SMTP and Mailgun services, just like where we're at now. And you're going to see there's this button here in the top right that says add service. So what you're going to do is you're going to click this button, and then you're going to select a provider. Now, a handful of these, Gmail, Yahoo, and SendGrid, they already have everything set up for it. And so like, let's say you had a Gmail you want to send from, which again, I get sometimes you want to send from Gmail, your own free. I don't recommend free SMTPs, even if you don't use Cartnetics, even if you don't use Mailgun. If you want to use MailChimp, if you want to use SendGrid, or whatever it is. But if you're actually wanting to do email marketing, I recommend paying for a SMTP service. It's just going to result in higher deliverability. But let's say you just want to do Gmail, and maybe this is strictly, maybe you do mostly text marketing, right? And the email is just for like reminders for appointments or something like that, which is totally fine. You could select something like Gmail, and then all you have to do is log in to your Gmail account and click save, and it's going to add that service. That's it. And you're going to see notes here, like Gmail has some limitations, and you can click here to find out about them. I think it's something like you can only send out 150 emails a day. And there might be a few other things in there, but now let's say you're wanting to use Outlook. That's not one of these three, obviously, right? And so what you do is you click other. But you can see now it's going to ask for an SMTP server and a port number. So that's where I have this helpful link, which I'm going to paste in the chat. I'm also going to open it up just to show everyone here. So I'm going to paste this link in the chat so you can all easily grab it. Give me just a second here. If you go to that link, and I'm going to paste it here, I'm going to open it up. you can see here's a list of SMTP and servers, and you can see, and you'll be able to scroll down. Here's Gmail, here's Outlook. And so here's all the information you would need. Here's the server, and here's the port number, right? That's the two things it's asking for here, the server and the port number. That's it. If you're using, let's say you're using, I don't know, Zoho, right? Here's the server, here's the port number. And so you're going to want the SMT, by the way. If it asks you for the other one, you can grab that for incoming. You can grab the IMAP, but you're going to mostly want the SMTP for being able to send. And so you can come here, you can grab those port numbers, and then you should be good to go. And then once you have those added, then you just log in as if you're logging into your SMTP, and you're good to go. And so that's how you would add in whatever SMTP that you're trying to add. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. I know a lot of people use Google. I love Google as well. It's great. If you receive an error after trying to integrate your Gmail account, I'm going to post this link for you to copy. And you're going to want to go to this link. So let me go ahead and X out of this. Let me pull up the chat again. And I know people are asking questions. I promise I'll answer as many of them as I can towards the end. But if you have an error that says, an error after the integration, follow that link and allow for less secure applications. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to allow for that in order for that to work. And then if you have a G Suite, which G Suite's great, that is a paid one, right? That's a business Gmail or a business Google. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to log into admin.google.com. I'll go ahead and paste that in the chat as well. So admin.google.com, log in there, and then I'm just going to post the steps here. Go to security, click on less secure apps, and then toggle to allow. So if you're using G Suite, those are the steps you're going to want to take in order for your G Suite to work. Otherwise, it won't work, okay? Or it probably won't work. I've had to help a lot of people navigate this, and those are the steps that fix it. And so if you're wanting to use your G Suite, you can. That's just how you do it. And so that's how you can get your own service. Once you have your own service added, you should see it here, and you can select it as the default provider. These options here, the forwarding address would be an option for if you wanted so let's say you send out an email marketing campaign from Cartnetics. If you wanted to have everybody's replies forwarded to your actual inbox, like your inbox outside of Cartnetics, you can do that. You just post the email here. So let's say I wanted it to send to adam@gmail.com. It would forward all the replies to my inbox in Gmail. Now you can also do the blind carbon copy. That's the BCC here. Now think this could potentially blow up your inbox, because what's going to happen is it's going to blind carbon copy your whatever email you put in here on every email that you send out from Cartnetics. And so if you send out like 10,000 emails in a month, you're going to have 10,000 BCC emails versions of that in your personal inbox as well. So think real hard before you put an email here. But if you want to do that, you can. That's totally fine. You can click save. And for those of you who are wondering, okay, so if I'm using Cartnetics Mail and I'm sending out emails, I get that you can mask them to make them look like they're coming from wherever. But where do those emails, what happens if they reply? Well, there's two places that they can end up. One, they will end up in the contacts profile. So let's say I emailed, myself here with test@test.com. You can see I've actually tried to do that before in a previous training. Now it was unsuccessful because test@test.com is not a real email. But you would be able to see the sent email in that contacts profile, and you'd also be able to see if you'd also be able to reply to it here. So you could say, this is Adam at the demoaccount.com, and you'd be able to reply to them directly here in the contact profile. And so all of the emails you send them and all of their replies and everything will live in their profile. It will also live in, and this is actually the easier place to see all of this, in the conversations tab here. So right underneath dashboard, when you log in, you can go to conversations. And you can see it's going to automatically pull you into the unread. You can see it says unread here, right above messages, it says unread. You can see here is all of my unread messages for this particular account. And you'd be able to see, and you can see all the different types of messages, right? Like this is a phone call. And so you can see this little icon here looks like a little iPhone. This one here is a text message, and you can see this little text message icon. This one's Facebook, this one's Instagram, and you can keep loading and eventually be able to find probably some emails, maybe not. Well, this is a chat. So this is actually this little quote bubbles from a web chat, from like the web chat you can install on your funnel or website. But you can see all the different icons to see what type it is, but you can respond back to them directly here. So you can click on you'll be able to see all of your replies. When you come to conversations, all your unread replies, all of your recent replies, right? Like, so here's my, here's an email that I did to myself, right? Here it is. And I can reply back to them directly here. This is a call. Here's another one to tester, right? And so you'll be able to see all of your recents, your unread, or you click on all, you can look at all of your messages from however long ago. And you can respond back to them here. So you can consider the conversations tab to be like your inbox, but it's the inbox for everything that you have. Everything from email to SMS to phone calls to Facebook and Instagram messages, G&B messages, all of that's here. So this is where this would be your inbox, in case you're wondering. So that would be how you get all that set up. Another thing I recommend doing too is making sure that your company email here, a lot of times this email is pulled into different custom values that we have set up in the system. So make sure that this company email is also set to like an actual domain and not just like a Gmail or something like that. That's just another recommendation. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I recommend. You can see this one supported. And so, try to make it be something from your own domain, something you purchase, your own branding.